Today we're going to talk about sex-starved marriage. Sex-starved marriage. So many couples today are going through sex-starved marriage and they don't want to talk about. In this video today, we're going to address the issue and how to solve those problems. Don't go away. I'll be right back. What is a sex-starved marriage? A sex-starved marriage is where one spouse is desperately longing for more touch, for more sex, for more physical connection, more romance. But the other side, other spouse will feel like sex is not much important. For other, sex is a huge deal. You know, those men, sex is a huge deal. They don't want to talk about it. If there is a disconnect sexually, especially as a couple, everything will surely clamp down. Being sex-starved can lead to infidelity and sometimes less connection and divorce. So it's important as a couple to having those time to come together as a husband and wife. Having that moment of connect together. How can we find those moments? Those moments, you let the children go to bed early, you stay with your partner, and you have time of touching hands, kissing, jokes and talks, and sometimes have sex. So those things help couples, to strengthen relationship and stir up again the love in relationship. So sex is very much important in relationship. If your sexual life begin to go down in relationship, it will lead to divorce, unhappy relationship, miscommunications in relationship. So it's most important as a couple, having those time, as a couple coming together and enjoy yourself as a husband and wife. Point number one I want to talk about is time. Time is very much important. Everything in life needs plan. If you don't have a plan for sexual life, for your relationship, so you want to go ahead. We are living in a modern world where everyone is busy working. Sometimes you may find husband and wife, they're all working. At the time they reach home in the evening, you realize that they're both tired. Because why? They need to feed the children, do some homework with the children, they need to sit and watch TV with the children, and they go to bed sometime late and tired, and the time they go to bed they realize that they both go asleep. They fall asleep, no sex. So the day is past. When there's a numbers of days passing without having sex as a couples, it leads to many things there. It doesn't mean because they are tired so they don't need sex. No, the body is tired, but the hormones, sexual hormones there is not tired. So if these things not benefit, that area is not also benefit, it's gonna lead to infidelity. It's gonna lead to unhealthy relationship or unhealthy marriage. So it's important that you have time with your wife. Have time to have sex, every time to touch, every time to kiss. It's gonna doing good to your relationship. And point number two I will talk about is sex communication. It's important in marriage, especially sex need. It's important to communicate your sexual need to your partner. Talk about your sexual need. Talk about your feeling. Express how you feel. Even during sex, this is what I used to feel. I was not feeling enough. I think we lack this. I think we need this. Can we add it? And we need to spice up. Our sex life is not good. It's good to talk. I know some other couple there, they don't want to talk about it. They think it's taboo. the letter just say, you cannot hide the truth. Those truths you are hiding, tomorrow it's going to tend to become a problem in your life. It's going to bring up misunderstanding. It's going to bring up fights in your relationship. So it's important to address issue, communicate about relationship. If your sexual life is not good, talk about it. So you cannot having that, sex starving in your marriage. Outside there, you look being happy, you are happy, everybody they know you as a happy couple, but inside of your house, you are not happy, you are struggling. So this is the right time to work in your sexual life as a couple. And point number 3 I'll talk about is sleeping time. What time do you go to bed? What time do you usually go into bed? I know some other couple there, they go to bed very late, very, very late, then you go to bed, Come from work very tired, you sit on the computer or on the game or watching a movie very late, you bring you take the children late to bed, and you don't have a time for you and your wife, to talk, or what happened during the day, to catch up, or those moments of touching, those moments of of romance, those moments of express yourself sexually. You don't have those things. You realize that your sexual life is die. As soon as your sexual life begin to die, the love also is going down. You will see that feeling, that love you used to have to your partner is going down slowly by slowly. So it's important that you have all these things in order. You have time as husband and wife, time for each other, time that you are expressing those feelings, time that you are giving those satisfactions in your relationship. And point number 4 I will talk about is lack of intimacy and romance. It's important as a couple, to have that time of intimacy. That time is not just about sex. That time that you touch each other. That time you go for restaurants, you go for a movie, you go for a walk, you go for a hotel, you travel, you go for a holiday, go for camping. It's important because all those things, though might look very small, they bring love in the marriage. They're creating that bond, that unity in your family, in your marriage. So it's important. Talk to your wife, talk to your husband. Can we go out? Can we do this? Can we travel? Bring those flowers, that gift. It's gonna spice up your relationship. And number 5, not the least, understanding your partner's sexual need. Understand those needs, especially when your partner is telling you that I don't feel connected to you, I don't feel that love anymore, I don't feel sexual anymore, I don't feel attracted to you. Do not take it light. Those words, it matter. Have time of conversation, talk about it. Go deep and try to find what is the root of the problem. Why my partner feel this? Why my wife feel this toward me? Why my husband feel me toward me? What is this? Is anything, can we adjust? Can we change? Find out, go for counseling. Try to find out what bring those things. Maybe it's unhappy, especially men, they don't want to talk about it. I've known a couple for a long time who have been married for 30 good years. But they end up into divorce. What was the cause? They says, sexstarved. The man says is not being satisfied to sex. That's the only cause. The woman submits, his submission, he has this, he do this, he is support, always there for him. But that's one area that he's not satisfied. He's not sexually satisfied, and that was closed. So you numbers for 30 years of not talking, for 30 years of keeping these things for himself, what is creating? It's creating infidelity. It's creating divorce, separation, and tear apart the family. So it's important as a couple, to have time to talk about your sexual life. Do not feel ashamed to ask your husband, am I satisfy you? And husband, do not feel ashamed to ask your wife, am I satisfy you? Are you happy for what I'm doing? You know, if you don't talk about it, somebody else there outside will ask your husband, will ask your wife. So you better do it in your own house, in your bedroom. Ask each other and know which area will be able to improve. Thank you so much. I know that you have loved this video. Guess what? If you love this video, what I need from you is just leave the comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Like and share. And I will see you in the next video.